Great. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. My name is Kristen DeMarco Carroll. I am a client solutions consultant with Ruffalo Noah Levitt and Scale Funder. I have been a partner with the Gardner-Webb team as they plan this Double Dog Day. So I will be running through this presentation, most of it at least. I wanted to remind everyone that there's a number of us on the line right now, so if you wanted to make sure that your lines are muted so we don't get any background noise, that would be great. I also wanted to let you know that if there's any questions you wanted to ask after the presentation, happy to take those. You can just shout them out when we're done, or you can also put them in the chat box for the WebEx. But today we really are going to just talk about Double Dog Day that is coming up rather quickly. We want to talk about your role as an ambassador, and of course we just want to thank you for being a part of the day. So I'm actually going to throw it to the Gardner-Webb team to start the presentation today to talk a little more about Double Dog Day and what it means to your campus. So Kim, did you want to take that?
Yes. So hi, everyone. First off, just thank you so much for joining on this call and learning a little bit more about what it means to be a Double Dog Day social media ambassador. And just to give a little bit of background on what Double Dog Day is, it's Gardner-Webb's annual one-day push that we look to raise funds for scholarships for you, our students, for alumni that have been here as a student. And it's where we're looking this year to raise $100,000 in that 24-hour period. And this year it's going to be on Thursday, May 2nd. So we're going to start running at midnight and run straight through the end of Thursday, concluding at 11:59 as well. And then for our campus community, we will have a quad bash. So there'll be dinner on the quad. There'll be a lot of games and just a fun opportunity for everyone to get together and celebrate the great community we have. And this year's theme is red and black. So it's going to be, wear your red and bulldog spirit wear, whether that's you've been an alum for a while and that's, throwback apparel or, whatever you wear now as well. Again, our goal is to raise $100,000. And for any post that you share, we encourage you to use the hashtag Double Dog Day. Using that enables us to see your posts and to track any content that you might be sharing, celebrating why you loved your Gardner-Webb experience, why you love going here now, and just capture the excitement of the giving day.
Right. Thanks, Kim. We'll be hearing from her later in the slide deck. But that is Double Dog Day. And you are really important to the success of the day to May 2nd. That's because you are going to be acting as an online ambassador for the day and also for Gardner-Webb as a whole. As an ambassador, you might not know exactly what your role is for the Giving Day or why you've been asked to be an ambassador for the day, but you really, like I said before, are important to the day. It starts when you think about how we make decisions every single day, especially in the online world. We are always looking at peer reviews, and those peer-to-peer reviews are very important. So when you think through any of the examples on your screen, you're looking at peer-to-peer reviews. I know when I'm thinking about what I want to eat for dinner or where I want to go for a restaurant, I'm always logging on Yelp and seeing what people have, seeing how many stars there are, but then also reading through the reviews my peers have made on Yelp. I'm not going to buy a product on Amazon if it only has 1 to 2 stars. I will keep searching. I will find something better that my peers have rated higher. I trust the recommendations of my close friends. So when they recommend a movie or a new restaurant, I'm definitely more likely to try that restaurant or go to that movie. And it doesn't even need to be individuals you know personally or peers within your network. When you think about your favorite celebrity or your favorite athlete and they endorse a new product, you might think about trying it or buying that product because you look to that person. You trust their opinion. So you're going to go ahead and buy or use the product that they recommend. All of the ideas on this page illustrate the idea of social proof. And your goal on the giving day is to act like one of these influencers. One of the reasons this works is because we put a lot of trust in peer recommendations and social proof. Social proof is the number one thing people trust the most when making a decision online. As you can see from the graphic on your screen, 92% of people trust recommendations from people they know over everything else. You can also see that consumer opinions posted online comes in second. 70% of people trust consumer opinions posted online. So your peers know you, they trust you, they also trust your opinion. Even the peers you might not know on a personal level, they might just be in your network, they are also going to trust you and what you are posting about Double Dog Day. So on Giving Day, you are the social proof, and your opinion matters for this day. When you post or email or have a positive conversation about Double Dog Day, you are going to be encouraging others within your network to give back. If you are talking about how giving back makes you feel good, how it's something you like to do, and is a good experience for you, you will make others want to participate as well. Your goal is to persuade others to read what you're sharing, first of all, to click on the link you are sharing, and then to make a gift as well. So you are the social proof to your peers that giving back to Gardner-Webb, especially on Double Dog Day, is fun, is exciting, and is a rewarding experience. That's why you are so important and why you make a difference for Double Dog Day. But how do you actually accomplish this? How do you get started at being an online ambassador? Your role is really to rally the troops. You are inspiring everyone to find the reason for giving back, to find out why giving back to Gardner-Webb is so important. There are many ways to give back, and there are many areas to give back, especially scholarships on Double Dog Day, that can have a profound impact on Gardner-Webb. So you want to help your peers find their way to support Gardner-Webb and Double Dog Day. The other idea is that you want to make this fun. You want to make the day a party. That is why there's an on-campus event. It'll be really exciting. It'll be really fun. It's a celebration of Gardner-Webb. It's a celebration of the students, the faculty and staff members. It's a celebration of your experiences at Gardner-Webb. So you really want to be the life of the party on Double Dog Day. You are also helping to further the mission of Gardner-Webb. Through that mission, you are going to show why Gardner-Webb is so important to you, therefore encouraging giving back to Gardner-Webb on Double Dog Day. Really the most important thing and the most impactful way you can share is telling your personal story. Why is Gardner-Webb so important to you? And we'll look at some examples later in the slide deck about prompts you should start thinking about in order to craft the message that you want to share on the Giving Day. And trust me, it's easier than you think. There's really easy prompts you can think through that will make your messaging personal to you and make an impact on those peers you're sharing that message with. So how do you do this? How do you use the technology we are providing to you and also the technology you already have available? And really, it's simple. It is using the tools you already have and use on a daily basis. And it's really sharing is caring. If you have Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, and you are active on those social media sites, you want to use those for Double Dog Day. You want to post multiple times throughout the day with different stories about what Gardner-Webb means to you. As Kim said, there is a designated hashtag for the day, Double Dog Day, pretty easy. But we will also have a social media aggregator on the Giving Day site. So you might see your posts show up on that Giving Day page, which means you will get to be a part of the momentum of the day. You will be seeing everyone sharing their positive experiences from Gardner-Webb in one place, and it'll be really fun to scroll through and to have your post be a part of that aggregator. If you don't have social media, that's totally okay. We are going to ask you to share in different ways. Email. Email is very effective for sharing about a given day. It's really important. It drives a lot of gifts on the day of. So if you can send some emails to your network or to your peers, we really encourage that throughout the day. Word of mouth. If you happen to be at an event, whether it's on campus or off campus, whether it has to do with Gardner-Webb or you're just with a group of Gardner-Webb alum, that is something you can do. You can bring up Double Dog Day. You can ask if they know about it, ask if they plan to make a gift or if they've already made a gift. The site's really easy to access, so you can just pull it up on your phone and show whoever you are with the site and encourage them to make a gift. You can also pick up the phone, call up your friends, family, classmates, and talk to them about the Giving Day and why it's important for them to make a gift on Double Dog Day. One of the most important things to point out here is that every ambassador will receive their own personal referral link. You can see where that green arrow is pointing. That is my personal referral link. This link is how you will receive credit from individuals who make a gift through your sharing or your emails or whatever it may be. So we want you to be using this link every single time that you share or talk about the Giving Day. We want you to receive credit when individuals or peers from your network make a gift. So be sure that you are using that in whatever you are doing. And I'm going to say that about 4 more times throughout this call so you don't forget it, but that personal referral link is extremely important in your sharing. And that really leads me into the technology we are providing to you. I think it's pretty easy to use, but of course I'm biased. I work in it every single day. But I think once you have an account, you're within the platform, you see the technology, it is really user-friendly, and we'll go through the different aspects of it right now, so none of it is a surprise to you. The first thing you can do is go to doubledogday.gardnerwebb.edu. Like I said, that URL is really easy to remember, so if you need to ever pull it up and show it to someone, you can. But there is, when you get to the home page, a section in the top right-hand corner labeled Ambassadors. This section allows individuals to sign up to be an ambassador if they haven't already. So if you haven't already been added as an ambassador or signed up to be an ambassador, always recommend going to do this right after this call. A lot of you probably already have or have been added by the Gardner-Webb team, so you don't have to worry about it. But if you haven't signed up, please go do that after this call. You can sign up using your email address or also using your Facebook account to make it a little bit easier. Once you have signed up, you will receive 2 emails. The first email is an email asking you to create an account. This will just be you needing to enter in a password associated with your account. That's all it is. It's pretty easy. The second email you will receive is a welcome email. This one's pretty important because it will include your personal referral link in it. See that URL listed within the email on your screen? That is my personal referral link. So what I like to do is I like to star the email so I have it saved if I ever forget my URL, or just so I can reference this when Double Dog Day comes. The other thing within this welcome email is the link to your ambassador dashboard. You see it down below, below the Facebook and Twitter share buttons. It says, after sharing, go to your ambassador dashboard to see which of your friends gave using your link. That ambassador dashboard is hyperlinked, and it will take you to your ambassador dashboard. So once you've signed up, created your account, received your welcome email, you have access to this ambassador dashboard. The dashboard includes a lot of different information and also resources to help you on the giving day. The first thing you'll see is the prompt to share. So down below here is the 3 easy share social media buttons for Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You also have the email share button there. These share buttons will automatically include your personal fundraising link. So if you are sharing from your ambassador dashboard using any of these buttons, you don't need to copy and paste your link in. These buttons are here to make it a little easier on you in terms of sharing, that you don't have to copy and paste that link. There's also some messaging up below those easy share buttons that the Gardner-Webb team has added in here. Kim, did you want to touch on what's included in that messaging here? Are you on mute or?
I am on mute. I apologize. Myself over here. So those links you see there, the first one is your profile frame guide. And what a Facebook frame is it's powered through Facebook. And each day, around the world, there's all these different events. And what the frame enables us to do is celebrate and champion that moment. And for us, that's Double Dog Day. So that's, if you've ever seen at the bottom of someone's profile picture, it'll say, in our case, hashtag Double Dog Day or another cause. That's what those frames are. It's just a visual way right in that profile picture to celebrate and champion that day. And then below that link is your toolkit. And this is your guidebook, if you will, to the ambassador experience. And in it, it's going to have a little bit of an overview of what Kristen's been sharing of how to sign up. It'll also include our specific social channels that we'll be sharing on from Gardner-Webb University. And if you keep scrolling down a little bit through that, what you'll find is specifically what we're asking you to do with a checklist and a calendar or timeline of what to share and when to share it. And really what we're looking for you to do is to share your Gardner-Webb pride, and we'll give you some example content there. And just some ways to go above and beyond through that toolkit. And we have one more update that we're excited to share, and that's for those that do go above and beyond and do raise the most funds for Double Dog Day, we are going to be able to give you some recognition, some awards. So first place will win a Gardner-Webb sweatshirt. Second place will be a long sleeve shirt, and then a T-shirt. So there's some incentive to keep sharing your pride and to just share that from now until Double Dog Day on May 2nd.
Great. So you'll notice that the team has added resources for you to make your sharing a little easier so that you're not starting from scratch. You have some place to build your personal messaging off of, and hopefully that will encourage you to continue to share, whether it's prior to Double Dog Day, but most importantly on Double Dog Day as well. One of the things to also help your experience in sharing is the ability to shorten your ambassador referral link. You probably noticed when you're looking at that personal referral link, it is quite a long URL. So we have the ability for you to shorten it up a little bit. Within the ambassador dashboard is the field to change your short URL. You can see that I did this. I have the opportunity to enter in that last field of the URL, so I entered in my first name. And now, rather than that long URL that I need to copy and paste, all I need to remember or copy and paste is doubledogday.gardnerwebb.edu/amb/Kristen. That's a lot more manageable for myself when I'm sharing. So I recommend going to do this before Double Dog Day so that you can get a shortened URL that you can remember and that is easier for you to share. The next part of the Ambassador dashboard is the ability to track your progress. This is why it's so fun, is because you will be able to see which of your friends and colleagues are giving back. On the right-hand side of your dashboard, you will see the amount you've raised along with a list of your donors, as long as those donors haven't made themselves anonymous when they were making a gift. So if someone tells you they're going to make a gift, you can check that they've done that. It's really fun to see which of your peers, which individuals within your network have given back because of what you have shared. You will also be able to see how many clicks you've generated from your different shares. So when you share, who and how many times are people clicking on your Facebook post or your Twitter share and opening up the Double Dog Day page. Hopefully this will encourage you to share as much as possible. The more chances you share throughout the day, the more chances your friends have to give. If you are not planning to use those easy share buttons on the Ambassador dashboard, just remember to include your personal link and whatever you are posting or sending. The last thing within the Ambassador dashboard, in addition to the Facebook profile picture frame and the toolkit, are these Ambassador images. So you have two images here that you can download at any point. They can be downloaded right now. Actually, they're up there. And these you can use to change your profile picture on Facebook or whatever social media platform you are using. Or you can also change your banner image with that image at the bottom there. You can also use these as you are posting throughout the day within your post. I know when I'm scrolling through Facebook, I am more likely to pay attention to a post that has a picture associated with it rather than an alt-text post. So just remember that as you are sharing on the day. There are images available for you to use as you are sharing your message on Double Dog Day. So as I mentioned before, I did want to get into some prompts, ideas about what you should be sharing, and hopefully as we go over these today, they will start to turn some ideas in your mind so that you know what to share on Double Dog Day. So here are some things that you might want to think about when crafting your personal message. And these are things that can be easily crafted into a personal message or a narrative. As I mentioned before, your personal story is going to make your post so much more impactful. So think back to your time on campus and try to, or your current time on campus, depending if you're a student, try to answer one of these questions. Why do you give back to Gardner-Webb? What is special about Gardner-Webb to you? You can think about when you were 17, 18-year-old, what made you decide to come to Gardner-Webb? What was it that stuck out to you that made it feel like a place you wanted to spend 4, 5, 6, however many years on campus at? What is your favorite place on campus and why? what was your favorite class? Who was your favorite professor? Is there a professor that you really related to, or who pushed you in a new direction, and now you're in that career and you have that professor to thank? And then who was the first person you made a lifelong connection with at Gardner-Webb? Is it a best friend? It might be a spouse that you met on campus. These are all things that are personal to you that you can share on the Giving Day, because Gardner-Webb has made a great impact on your life. You will always want to remember to incorporate fundraising language in whatever you are sharing so that you can showcase the need. It's as easy as adding an I give or I support because. I give back to Gardner-Webb because it helped launch my career. I give back because I want to pay it forward. You can talk about how Gardner-Webb supports your favorite initiative, favorite area of campus, how giving back supports your favorite area of campus. Remember to include your personal referral link. I told you I'd mention it a few more times. And then also, it's always good to close with a call to action. Join me in supporting Double Dog Day. Join me in supporting Gardner-Webb and giving back. Kind of challenging your network and your peers to jump on board and make a gift as you have done. We did pull a few ambassador social sharing examples to showcase what other people have shared in the past about Double Dog Day. These actually came from the past 2 years, I think. Kim, did you want to go through these?
Absolutely. So we pulled a couple past posts from last year's social media ambassadors and social supporters that we thought did a really good job of representing both sharing their why, if you will, why they give, why they love Gardner-Webb, but also inspiring and leading others to do the same. So the one on the left is a tweet, I believe, yes. So this is kind of also a reminder of, there's many different platforms. You don't have to be in all of them, but, use those different networks if you do have them to share a message. So one on the left was an alumnus who just made his claim of why he gives. I just made my donation to Gardner-Webb in honor of all the hardworking Gardner-Webb University students. So that's his why. But he continues to say, please help us achieve the one-day target of $100,000 for student scholarships. So what I think is great there is he inspires and encourages others to give. He throws that dollar figure that we're looking to get to. So that way if others are tuning in, they can see, okay, where is Gardner-Webb in meeting their goal? And how can I increase that to help them get to that $100,000? And what I also like here is that he included our map so we can see where gifts are coming from. So, if I'm in Idaho and I don't see that, or I see that no one's made a gift from that state, maybe that will inspire me to give and to show that, it really is we'd love to see that global impact there. And then on the right, we have another tweet as well. I just made my Double Dog Day gift to help support Gardner-Webb students. Again, he's sharing that it's supporting our students. And it's a simple message. Make yours at gardnerwebb.edu. We've updated that URL this year, so make sure you're using, again, your referral link. And then he makes that the Go Dogs, which is something that all of us can rally around and support there as well. And he did a good job of including a photo or video. So again, something that will grab people's eyes as they're scrolling through their social feeds. And this was an example of a story that kind of caught our attention. And this alumna did a good job sharing, an actual story. So she used a graphic, which we will post to our story as well. And we'll be tagging our social ambassadors as we accumulate them. Sorry, I need to increase it just a little bit. So she makes the double dog dare here. And we'd love to see that hashtag double dog days there. But then she makes that story of how to get involved. Take a selfie, the cute element of give your dog a kiss, and support Gardner-Webb financially. And she notes that gifts will be doubled as well. And then at the very end, she did use that double dog day hashtag. So incorporating, the elements of the dog, using the hashtag, and telling a narrative was really engaging here.
Yeah, I love this story. It's really good. So those are some examples of how to share, what to share, how to be effective when you are sharing. So your next step, because Double Dog Day is right around the corner, it's going to be here before we know it. So what can you do in the meantime as we're counting down to the day? If you haven't already, or if you haven't been added, sign up at doubledogday.gardnerwebb.edu. If you know anyone that would make a great ambassador, you could also send that link to them so they could sign up. Customize your personal fundraising link on the ambassador dashboard. So you creating that shortened URL so that it's easier for you to share. Browsing the resources available to you, so whether it's downloading any of those images, the Facebook profile frame, or the toolkit as well, and taking some of those examples in that timeline and planning out what you want to do for the day. Think about your Gardner-Webb story. What do you want to share about Gardner-Webb in Double Dog Day? Most importantly, probably get excited for this. You, as I said earlier, you are celebrating Gardner-Webb. You are going to see a lot of sharing on social media. So it'll be really fun to read all of the memories, all of the positive experiences everyone has about Gardner-Webb. And then on May 2nd, we are asking you to share the word, asking you to share, and share again. Whatever you have to say, just make sure you go ahead and share it with your personal referral link, and you will have a great impact on the day. So just wanted to end with a thank you to everyone for being part of the day, for being a part of this call as well. We really appreciate it. Are there any questions that we can answer as long as we're on the line? I'm going to check the chat, but I don't think there's anything in there. Does not look like there is anything. So anything else that you have to share, Gardner-Webb team?
I'm saying it's echoing your thank you and gratitude. Thank you for spending your lunch hour with us and learning more about the opportunity and the experience. And just a forward thank you for what's to come, for sharing your stories, for sharing your message, and for sharing your support for Gardner-Webb.
Great. This is a recording. I don't think I said that at the beginning. Sorry about that. But it will be available if anyone wanted to look through the slides again or watch the recording, or if you know anyone that needs it who is an ambassador. So that should be available to you within the next couple of days. And thank you again for everyone joining the call today.
The leader has disconnected. The conference will be terminated in